I almost did not make this video because all of this is just a little bit too ridiculous. But then I thought to myself, wait, you know what? This is too ridiculous not to make a video about. I have to make a video just to show you how ridiculous all of this is. So as you guys know, Karmelo Anthony has a baby-beating fake minister representing him that runs a very shady activist organization in Texas. I don't know how or why this organization exists. I don't know how they're being funded. For the most part, I cannot find any genuine support for this activist group, yet they exist and they insert themselves into all types of situations. So, the leader of this group, the baby-beating fake minister Dominique Alexander, he's been really desperately trying to stir up drama lately so he can gain some clout, gain some followers, so he can somehow benefit from the drama and the racial tensions and stuff that he stirs. Obviously, he hopped on the Karmelo Anthony case. He tried to stir up some drama there. I don't think things went as far as he wanted them to go. If you've been watching my channel, you know that he has done multiple interviews. He's released multiple statements kind of poking at Austin Metcalf's dad, trying to provoke Austin Metcalf's dad into doing something stupid. He also tried to rally up a Karmelo Anthony counter protest when the Austin Metcalf protest happened, but no one showed up. And then, of course, I showed you guys the video a couple of weeks ago. This guy got so desperate because the Karmelo Anthony stuff, the Karmelo Anthony well kind of ran dry. For the most part, everyone has moved on. I'm one of a small handful of people that maybe still talks about the case. So he desperately tried to rile up a George Floyd rally. 5 years after George Floyd died, he tried to start a George Floyd riot in Texas. He promoted this protest for over a month. It was supposed to be a big deal. Guess what? Nobody showed up. There were maybe 10, 11 people there. Out of like the 11 people there, 7 or 8 of them were actually part of this little fake activist organization. There were like 3 people in attendance, and I don't know if they meant to be there or if they were just hanging out in the park whenever the little protest started. But he got so desperate that he started trying to have George Floyd protest again in the year of our Lord, 2025. Well, now, of course, you guys know that these anti-ICE, I was about to say anti-rice. We all love rice, right? These anti-ICE protests and riots are happening all over America. They started in Los Angeles. Now they're happening in Chicago, New York, Atlanta, North Carolina, Colorado, and they're happening in Texas and places like Austin and Dallas. So, of course, being the opportunist that he is, desperate to cling onto any movement, desperate to grift off of any protest or anything he can, the fake minister, baby beater, Dominique Alexander, is now trying to start anti-ICE riots in Texas. he's now trying to wiggle his way in and become a prominent voice in the anti-ICE riots and protests. I saw this coming from a mile away. As soon as I saw the protest starting, I said, you know what? That's going to be the next thing this guy tries to grift off of. So as he's supposed to be representing Karmelo's family, he's out here stirring up problems with ICE agents and stuff now. And he's been releasing all of these random statements online. And it's weird because it always kind of just looks like he's talking into the void. Because if you follow any of his social media accounts on any social media platform, he doesn't have any supporters. Like, he will post these long statements and they will get like 3 or 4 likes. There may be like a half a dozen comments and all of them are always negative. Whenever he does have a post that gets some traction, it's negative traction, people just talking crap to him. I have literally yet to find out of this, it's been a few months now that we've been covering the story, at least a couple of months. I have yet to find a single positive comment on any of his social media posts or his statements. So I don't know how this organization even exists, but it does. And he constantly tries to insert this organization into these chaotic situations, like, of course, the Carmelo Anthony case, and now the anti-ICE protest. It's just wild. But I want to read you guys some of these delusional statements. But before I do that, make sure you hit the like button, make sure you subscribe, drop a comment, let me know what you're thinking so far. And if you would like to donate, you could donate via Cash App or Super Thanks. Always greatly appreciated. Now let's hop into the delusions. What we just witnessed on national television from the Dallas Police Department is deeply troubling and unacceptable. Let me be absolutely clear. Our organization has been notified of those who were arrested, and we are already taking the necessary steps to ensure their rights are protected and that they are released as quickly as possible. This kind of policing, especially during moments of protest and public expression, raises serious concern about civil rights violations and the continued use of intimidation to silence voices calling for justice. We will not stand down. We will not be quiet. And we will never ever stop fighting for those who are targeted, mistreated, or wrongfully detained. To everyone impacted tonight, you are not alone. We are with you. So, he's talking all tough. Mind you, this guy in this organization really has nothing to do, at least as of right now, with what's going on with the ICE protest. These protests are happening all over America, right? Right now, he is attempting to insert himself and this organization right into the middle of things, trying to insert himself almost as like a voice of authority over what's going on. He comes into chaotic situations where everyone's kind of running around with like chickens with their heads cut off. Maybe people are mourning the death of a loved one, or maybe people are freaking out because their loved one just killed someone. He comes into these chaotic situations and tries to present himself like he's a minister. He tries to present himself and his organization like they're this important organization and everyone should listen to them. Sometimes it works. It worked on Carmelo Anthony's family. Sometimes it doesn't work. I don't know if it's going to work here, but he's attempting to do so. And let me tell you this. On the ground, when it comes to these riots, whoever has the megaphone is basically leading the protest. Most of these people out there are complete idiots with low IQ. They're not leaders, they're followers. That's why they all walk around chanting the same thing like zombies. So it doesn't take much to kind of establish yourself as the leader of the pack when it comes to all of this craziness, right? So this fake organization and this fake minister, they do have the potential to kind of place themselves there. And, you know, these idiotic protesters may look at them as if they are something like, whoa, yeah, here's the minister, yeah, and this network, this organization that we're helping Karmelo. So he's trying to insert himself. I don't know if it's going to work. But he says things like, to everyone impacted tonight, I have been notified of those who were arrested. He says things like that knowing, or maybe not even knowing, that only one person was arrested that night. It says right here, the Dallas Police Department confirms with me that one person was arrested during the protest in Dallas tonight, and charges are pending for that arrest. So one person was arrested at this protest. But he's releasing these statements acting as if there were just all of these people arrested. And don't worry, we're here. I'm your guardian angel, right? Me and my fake organization, me the fake baby beating minister, we are going to the baby beating fake minister, maybe I should put it like that. We're going to swoop in and we're going to make sure you guys are okay, protesters. We're going to make sure the police don't do this to you, protesters. Let me be clear. We're going to, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, this is so ridiculous that I almost did not want to make a video about it, because I can't help but laugh at some of this nonsense, because I see the game that he's playing. And I don't know if I could even properly describe it for you. I'm trying in this video, but I hope you guys see the game that he's playing too here, right? He's basically trying to manipulate these idiotic people into thinking that his organization has this power and they're going to be making sure we get you out of jail and all of this stuff, right? And before you know it, all types of anti-ICE donations are going to be flooded into him and his organization. But that wasn't the only little statement and stuff that he's released. He's been going on and on and on about this, clearly trying to wiggle his way in. It's crazy to see. But let's go ahead and read a little bit more about from this guy. This is what the world is seeing. Dallas police slamming peaceful protesters to the ground. This is not public safety. This is state-sanctioned violence. We see it. We won't forget it. And we will fight for those brutalized and arrested tonight. Once again, folks, there was only one person arrested. And these people can say peaceful protest as much as they want. We know the protests have not been peaceful. We know that. We don't have to rely on the mainstream media lies anymore. We have people out there on the ground filming everything that's going on. We're watching. We see. The world sees. America sees. Maybe not all of America, but a lot of us see what's going on. You can't frame these protests as peaceful. At least not to anyone that's paying attention. Then again, there's still a lot of people that don't pay attention. So this may work on some low IQ idiots, and those are the same people who are going to be out there causing chaos in the streets. But it does not end there, folks. It almost never ends. He continues going on. Let's see. Let's continue peacefully demonstrating our right to assemble, and we will not be silenced. Next Generation Action Network statement. Here's like the fifth statement now. Our leadership team will be attending the City of Dallas office of Police Oversight monthly board meeting to address urgent concerns. Dallas Police Department's interactions with ICE. We are demanding transparency and accountability to ensure there are no civil rights violations taking place. 2. A current board member's disturbing remarks claiming the immigrant community's suffering is being pumped up by the media. Will be directly addressed. In a city with a large immigrant population, these comments are dangerous, dismissive, and unacceptable. Anyone who holds a seat on this board must respect the lived realities of the communities they serve, not minimize them. We will not allow injustice to be normalized. We will not allow false narratives to erase real pain. We will fight for the dignity, rights, and protection of all people, especially our immigrant brothers and sisters. So this has to be one of the most annoying human beings on the face of the planet. And it's so sickening always, when I read these statements from the organization, because they're really just coming from Dominique Alexander. And he really, he takes the fake it till you make it strategy to the next level. And I'll give it to him. It works for him sometimes. It works for him. They scared the Frisco Independent School District into not expelling Karmelo Anthony after he killed Austin Metcalf. They scared them into allowing Karmelo to graduate because they threatened them that they would protest and riot. And the independent school district caved because they thought this dude was a bigger deal than what he is. And then a few weeks later, he has this big George Floyd protest that 3 people showed up to. So he fakes it, and he does a good job at it. I mean, I see right through it. I know a lot of you all do, but there's a lot of idiots out there in positions of power. There's a lot of people with white guilt in positions of power, and he takes advantage of that. He does a good job at doing so. But he is desperately inserting himself into these ICE demonstrations, protests, and riots now. And before you know it, maybe he'll just forget all about Karmelo Anthony. So maybe that will be a good thing. But overall, it's just funny watching this guy desperately try to become relevant. And someone like this, they're very dangerous. When you have someone that is this narcissistic, it's dangerous. It really is. And I think he's proven that by beating up babies in the past, of course. And, the protest that he started in the past where police officers got killed. So you never know what could happen. This guy has the potential to do a lot of crazy things and to stir up a lot of madness, although he does not have the power that he claims to have. But for now, you guys let me know what you think about this down in the comments below. While you're down there, hit that thumbs up, hit that subscribe, ring that notification bell, and I'll talk to you all very soon in the next video.